Hey Exiles, this is going to be my second update to my Wintertide brand character. And there has been a lot of changes since the last time I did this. So I did get a bit distracted and I haven't done my other two Void Stones yet. I am kind of getting ready for the Maven now, and I'm seriously lacking in Elder maps to do Uber Elder. But completed the Atlas aside from unique maps. Um, I pretty much did that right after I did the first update. But the main difference, as you can see, I am now life and energy shield stacking. And that is because of the Foulborn Rapith Globe. This gives you 5% spell damage per 100 life and 5% damage over time per 100 life. This is effectively 10% damage per 100 life for Wintertide because modifiers to spell damage also applies to our damage over time. So after seeing that and knowing kind of some basic ivory tower stacking, I got this set up once I had enough currency. So pretty much the goal of this is I'm kind of strengthened stacking, mostly just for life. That's why I have like Estrumentus here. Most of my gear is not great. I'm mousing over it quick. If you want to look more, just pause at that point. Doing Coruscating Elixir because low life, and then 2 flasks. So the main thing here is we are now up to 12.6k ES. Here is the tree, and the other part we have swapped to Occultist. Mostly because of Vile Bastion. This is so I can get stun immune. And then Void Beacon for the minus 20 cold. The problem with Elementalist and like low life stacking is socket pressure. Like, I still want a socket or two extra here, but I just can't have that right now. And if I had to try to fit 4 golems into this, that just would not be happening. So that is why I swapped off of Elementalist to Occultist. Vile Bastion gives me some ES regen, stun immunity, and then max energy shield based on spell to block, which we are at 80%. And you just need a 11% on Rapith to get to that 80% spell block. This is the current tree. I'm not sure how much it's gonna stay. I was just covering the basics, getting blood magic, eternal youth, so that we can still recharge when we have Zealot's Oath, grabbing the brand nodes, so we had to path through the top here, grabbing spell block because they're right there as well. And then trader obviously for perma flask uptime. I also anoint essence extraction again so that I can maintain permanent flasks. The only cluster like I'm not necessarily feeling is probably this Ent one, because Ent is just defense. I don't get any damage based on my energy shield like some energy blades would. So this is just defense. Maybe I will change that around, but I also don't know where I would exactly put it other than more gem sockets, maybe a cluster. I don't know from here. The other thing I'll cover quick is I am doing the Chaos Bloodline, doing Priest of Kamasa for Vol Scale Effect Duration and Area of Effect, as well as Shepherd of Souls by having 4 unique items. You cannot do more than 6 or more corrupted items. Everlasting Sacrifice kind of bricks your defense here because every time your energy shield reaches full, you're just going to go back to no HP. So you can only do 4 or 5 corrupted items here. If you do more, you're going to be killing yourself. So the corrupted items I got: Crown of Unward, Ivory Tower, Astramantus and Shaper's Touch. They're all unique, so they're easy to corrupt. I would also recommend corrupting Foulborn if you can, if you don't want to do like your Astramantus. And I didn't want to corrupt Rapeth because I think this one's like at least 4 divine right now. So I'm not in the position where I want to be corrupting that. But that is the basics of the gear. You can look at the POB if you want sockets, but there's nothing really that special going on. I just have auras, still doing purity of elements because I enjoy being elemental immune. I added Tempest Shield, Discipline, Vitality, and that's all being reserved to life. And the other thing is graphs. So you can see here, the 2 graphs I'm using right now, this is a very defensive setup. You have Heart of Flame, which is the cast when damage taken. Pretty easy. Self-explanatory. This counts as long as you have 1 life reserved. This procs off cooldown. The other one is Tender Embrace. So while we're on low life, it gives us an endurance charge. This allows me to stack endurance charges for defense. It's not great because I can only have 3 endurance charges right now, but the other one I might use as well is this one, the Replicating Ashcraft. This does like lightning mirages that generate shocked ground, and that just gets you more damage. I would probably replace the endurance charges, but I would say either one of these would work. This is just a huge buff, so I'm not sure which one's better. I'm kind of going defensive right now, but if you want more damage, that's the option. I'm kind of rambling. Last thing I'm just really going to show here is a map, and then I have a form that I did. Like I said, I kind of been slacking just doing maps and heist. But the gameplay is pretty much the same as before, except once you get up to 5 uses of your Vol Cold Snap, you can cast this 5 times in a row, and it's pretty insane. I am gonna come back to do that High Fortress. I do not want to bog down this video by doing that. This build does fairly well in the Fortress. I have definitely failed occasional ones, especially like if I get 0 healing on Aelith. But you can see gameplay is pretty cozy. Damage is pretty good. It's probably the next thing that I'm really going to try to focus on scaling. This is my first time playing Wintertide. I have no exact clue of what I'm doing. Aside from, I saw a cool unique. I kind of know how to life stack, so that's what I did. I just started the Vol Cold Snap like a few hours ago, so I'm still getting used to pressing that off cooldown. But this is great because you pretty much guaranteed to have frenzies during bossing now.
Time to up the stakes.
Ooh, that's not fun.
Mortal flesh is so fallible.
But yeah, as you can see, very tanky with 12k ES and 3 endurance charges. Fairly good damage. It's definitely the point that's lacking and what I want to try and work on next. Although I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that yet. If you've played Wintertide before and know better ways to scale the damage, please let me know, because I will be interested in seeing that. Aside from that, that's all I got for this. Like I said, I'm going to leave you with a formed. And I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.
Let the blood dance begin. Life is so brutal. Stalk and hunt. Shadow, rise and fight. Mortal flesh is so fallible. Another challenger, stalk and hunt. Mortal flesh is so fallible. Twin terrors. A mount of my